Rest in peace, Fatian Bunyaku, rest in pace. That's why I started this video with a 1 minute of silence and pure respect for Fatian Bunyaku. Died tragically at the age of 22, same age as me, in a tragic car accident in Kosovo. He started off his career with Trepča and literally played many games for Elbasani. He always was respected at Elbasani, and he will always be remembered and never forgotten for his contribution at Elbasani. And of course, for Albanian football overall, he got respected. And of course, genuinely, I really hope may God give strength to his family, to his friends, to his teammates at Elbasani, and for Elbasani as a club. It's just a sad loss, seriously, guys, for real. But yeah, we're gonna start off with our national team. Nothing much to say about this national team. Like I even did those two friendly matches in which we had this month. Um, in which last friendly was against Luxembourg, which you guys are seeing on the screen. I did those watch-alongs in my Twitch channel, which you guys can check it out right now. Almost to 600, which is crazy. I've pretty much consistent there. I've been very consistent throughout these months, and yeah, just the support has been incredible. So yeah, we're gonna talk. I'm just gonna talk about shortly about the national team, which is in complete disarray, complete embarrassing. These two friendlies overall, and yeah, seriously, Ronaldo Maran, he's our new manager. Literally, Silvino era is officially over. Silvino, obrigado for everything, but now we are literally in Rolando Maran era. Like in the first friendly, in the first half we did very good. Like we were very aggressive, the pressing, and also the shots that we did. Like we should have continued that, but then instead in the second half and 2 days ago against Luxembourg, we were absolutely shocking. And especially Bayrami, I still don't understand why he has to get picked. Like seriously, Bayrami, he should absolutely get out of our national team. And seriously, our defense was so bad that we made Dardari, a Moroccan player in which he plays for Luxembourg, number 7, as you guys can see on the screen. We literally made him look like Ronaldo Nazario of Luxembourg. He literally passed through our defense as if it was nothing. Like, literally, it was so embarrassing. And Luxembourg had multiple shots. Fair play to Luxembourg because we were absolutely stinking and stinking and stinking. Absolutely stinkers. And I'm very worried about the Nations League in September. If I see this kind of performance, then I'm gonna be genuinely worried because we definitely need to finish first in the Nations League, as we should, because we definitely have more quality than Finland. Although Finland are going to be very tricky and not easy, I know that for sure. Belarus as well. We saw what happened in the World Cup qualifiers. San Marino, we should definitely win both games against San Marino and against Belarus. Finland, we will see how it goes, but we definitely have more quality to literally finish first in our Nations League group, and in which Rolando Maran has it in its a contract clause, in which his contract ends in 31st of December 2027, but he has a clause in which if he doesn't finish first in the Nations League, then he's automatically sacked if he doesn't, reach the objective. So, but yeah, seriously, absolutely embarrassing. Even the Albanian sports media, even other, people in which they do cover Albanian football, uh, disgusting, absolutely disgusting performance. What more can I say, guys? Like literally, these two friendlies were absolutely embarrassing. And Rolando Maran, as our new manager, with these first two losses, he literally come back to 1997. 1997. almost 30 years, like the worst ever year, not just for Albanian national team, but for all Albania overall. 1997 overall. And it's our fifth straight losses in a row, in which it is absolutely embarrassing. And seriously, in September, I want to see a big marked improvement from these lazy ass players. They better get a proper rest because September and October, because literally UEFA literally merged them into one window, they better be performing their whole soul out when we literally begin our Nations League campaign. Because seriously, if I see that kind of performance, just wrap it up. Just put a GG's into this. So now, guys, we're going to talk about the Albanian football. This is the second part of the video, in which I do think it's really, really important because I've never talked about Albanian football, or anyone has ever talked about Albanian football. But yeah, here we are. The day has arrived, everyone. The day has arrived. So, if anyone is still watching this video, I appreciate you guys, and make sure you hit the subscribe. And of course, hit the notifications and let me know your thoughts about the video overall, and of course your opinions, regarding our national team. And yeah, so as you guys can see on your screen, you can see the league table in which it finished the regular season in the Albanian Super League. Which, if you don't know, Albanian football basically it has 10 teams, which you can see on the screen. The top four teams literally qualify for the final four, in which, to be honest, is literally a cancer of Albanian football. Like, literally, that shit needs to be gone. That shit needs to be removed. Whoever came up with the final four solution, literally, he can absolutely piss off. Because that shit, it has been such a cancer that literally, like, it's absolutely dumb. It's absolutely stupid format. Like, and then you have, of course, ninth and 10th, in which they get automatic relegation. And then 8th place literally faces the team in which they win the promotion playoffs in the Albanian first category. And yeah, I'm going to say one by one. Like, I will start off with the bottom, and then I'll go with the, until the winners of this final four and the Albanian league overall. Let me just go quick. Here we have. Okay, so here we have. We're gonna start with Flamurtari. Now, they have returned to the Albanian Super League after like 5 years or so since their last time. They went crazily during the transfer window, and it was absolutely, yeah, they were absolutely dreadful, like absolutely dreadful. Also, their president is an absolute cuckoo, literally saying, "Oh, we've signed an affiliation with Real Madrid. Oh, we're gonna have great things." Like, literally, my man spent, like, literally brought in literally crazy amount of players, and he still couldn't survive. He literally changed managers, like two managers, and yeah, literally 10th place, deservedly so. And they need to literally, like, have a better plan. Like, literally, you cannot go, like, literally bring in crazy amount of players. And also, one of their players, literally ex-players, in fact, in which is a ex-Real Madrid player and Galatasaray Ankara Demirspor player, Jose Rodriguez. He was literally, he had a wage of like 20,000 euros. And after his contract got terminated by Flamurtari because of his poor performances, especially the own goal in the first game of the Albanian Super League, in which they played against El Basani, he literally scored an own goal for the favor of El Basani. He literally said in an interview that the Albanian Super League is, yeah, cooked. And yeah, Flamurtari, rightfully so, 10th place. I had them in a much higher position because of those, crazy amount of players that they bought. But yeah, absolute mess of a season. Ninth, we go with Bulis. Now, Bulis, they did survive last season against Cotterbell, in which they got promoted again, although they did lose the final for the first category of Albanian football against Laci, in which they won. They became champions of Albanian first year. But finally, Bulis have been relegated. Like, to be honest, I mean, I do believe that Bulis might come back again if they do very well, if they do have good signings and everything like that. Also, apparently, some of the players might leave. Like, for example, I read Marcu, Fabian Pendrezza, in which they are the two best players in which Bulis they do have, in which they do play with the under 21s of Albania, by Alban Bush, in which they are really, really decent. So, yeah, Bulis, it had to be, it was meant to be, it was meant to happen. So, yeah, ninth place. And then we have Teuta. Now, guys, Teuta, because I watched the entirety of Albanian Super League, Teuta, they had the new owners. They got some players. They weren't that bad. They weren't that bad. But they were literally in the top five. But then, throughout the last weeks of regular season in Albanian Super League, they were crumbling. They were crumbling so hard that they were even close to get relegated. They were so close. So close. And it's genuinely embarrassing. Because Teuta usually fights for European spots. You cannot be literally crumbling so hard. And thankfully, they had Pogradeci for the second time being in the promotion playoffs for the Albanian Super League, and they won that very toughly, just like Tirana did last season. But yeah, Teuta, they now have the master, the literal mastermind behind Ignatia's success at Lir Tetova, in which he's from Duros, literally, and he knows very well what Teuta, he knows very well the club. So Teuta now with Lir Tetova, surely they can perform much, much better than what this end of season was like. And then we have the surprise. Seventh place Vora. I had them very low, but I'll give credit to Vora. They did very good signings. They did absolutely not badly. They were like those teams in which they're like, for to get relegated, because of course they are like a team in which they started off in the second category and then they got promoted. They won the first category with a player like Ruskis, in which he was absolute machine, but he wasn't him. Kasala, one of those players in which he performed. He even was amongst the top goal scorers for this Albanian Super League, and he went to Kolos Kovalivka. And also more players are gonna leave Vora. But yeah, Vora is definitely gonna earn a lot of money. Especially for Kasala, they already did. But yeah, not a bad season for Vora. Definitely, to survive for one more season in Albanian Super League means a lot. In which, if you guys don't know, Vora is literally rural Tirana, basically. It's just like, back, years ago with Kamsa. But yeah, very well done to Vora for literally surviving one more season in the Albanian Super League. But we will see what they do. Then we have Tirana sixth place. Definitely better than last season, but yeah, still the beginning of the 2025-2026. It was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely even more catastrophic than the last season. Seriously, they were so bad. They had to sack, not one, not two, three managers. They had to sack three managers. They had to sack three managers until Orge Sheikh came and literally he brought Tirana to the right track. But Orge Sheikh sadly won't be Tirana's manager because he literally went to Pristina. Yep, literally Tirana, once again, in an unknown situation, what's gonna happen? Like also some players apparently they're gonna leave the club. Apparently there's gonna be a whole reconstruction of the team again for the second time because they did a whole sellout of like 10 players or so during January. They brought in also the same amount of players, kind of like literally in January, and they literally survived. Like many players I can mention, Redon Gija, in which he came in January. Like he wasn't doing very well in like Algeria, I believe he was there after his experience with Karabakh. Pisar Bekai after his contract, ended with Fatayspor. Freddy Alvarez, Johnny Cortez, Rafael Freitas, Serge Dabeku, you know, and Anton Kresic, in which apparently he wants to stay at Tirana, but of course he has to go back to his low and to his club again at Sefere Cluj. But to be honest, Tirana, they don't deserve to be in this, these levels ever again. They are definitely these teams in which they definitely deserve to fight for the title. Then we have Partizani, fifth place with 48 points. Not a great season for Partizani because they always fight for the title and they want to be in the European competitions. That is a very bad season. Like with no European competitions, even Conference League. Not good. Like given the fact that their president literally spends a lot for the club, literally signs in players. Like to be honest, they literally sacked the Serbian manager in which he had experiences in Albanian football, especially with the fairy tale of Luftatar, in which they literally got European competition for the first time in their history years ago, and then literally didn't work out. And then they've gotten their B manager, Oltion Karnai, in which he did very well. Not gonna lie, although he literally thinks he's Jose Mourinho from fucking Temu, he did very well. Like literally guiding Partizan to literally top four, but then things didn't go well, and then essentially Partizani dropped. And so definitely Partizan need to look, and of course they're gonna have a natural pitch in their stadium, the Bulls Arena or Arena Demave in Albanian, because of Euro under 21s, in which it's gonna happen next year here, in which we are hosting. So yeah, Partizan definitely need to do better because of course I definitely want to see the Tirana clubs literally come back to where they belong, as they should, and not seeing Tirana ever again in this disastrous state, and of course Partizani literally being like, you know. But of course, this summer transfer window, everything can happen. But we will see what happens. In which, of course, I will make videos about it, guys, as I do. Then we are going to the top four, in which there are Vlasnia, Elbasani, Egnatia, and Dinamo City. This top four battle, I mean, except Dinamo City, Egnatia, Elbasani, and Vlasnia, but especially Vlasnia and Elbasani, they were fighting very hard who was going to finish first. Sometimes it was Vlasnia, sometimes it was Elbasani. Even Elbasani won the direct match with Vlasnia in their home in Elbasan. But essentially, the last weeks was very tolerant for the big teams to literally let teams like Vora and, and of course, Lamortari with that crazy win against the Partizan, in which, just like the glorious Kim Yong-duka says, a tolerance there is, but there's no match fixing. Oh, how. So. Put the prize in the back. Put the prize in the back. But let's go real quick to the final four standings. There we are. This is the final four table, in which you can see also the results, in which I'll do this one by one. I'll start off with Dinamo City. Wait, let me do this really good. There we go. Right. So here we are. I'm going to start off with Dinamo, in which they finished fourth. To be honest, Dinamo City could have done much better, given the fact that they performed very well in European competitions, in which I did cover it in a video. Same with Drita and Shkandia. They were close to making it to the playoffs. They were literally in the playoffs of Conference League. Sorry. Given the fact that they didn't do transfer window, they didn't sign any players except these two players from Bulis, Mustafa and Mustafa and Ibrahim. Literally, they were two good players from Bulis, so that's why they went for them. Uh, they won the Albanian Cup against Egnatia, in which it has to be like the best game in which we have seen in these years in Albanian football, in which more teams should do that, and instead of literally tolerating, results, and which is absolutely disgusting. But Dinamo, they definitely need to work on positions in every single positions, and not make the same mistake in which they did and basically signed not many. So of course they have the best Albanian manager, which is already known in Lirdai, which he can work great, just like he did just like he did during European qualifying rounds. But yeah, if they do a proper good transfer window, they can definitely do it again. Then we go to the biggest butlers of Albanian football, Vlasnia. I do respect Vlasnia, right? Because they have the passion. They are literally they are genuinely passionate about football. Like and they as they should. They have 25 years without winning a title. They literally finished first in the regular season, as I mentioned earlier. But you cannot bottle this hard to literally finish third in the final four. They bottled it so hard, even the fans are disgusted. They are absolutely disgusted. It's the same season over and over, just like last season, but they literally got thrashed by Ignatia in the Final Four final. Like, seriously, they were a really good team. They had a really great window. They could have done it way more in Europe, but hey, still, they had a great team. They've recently just, did renewals for Leon Polch, for Lirin Kastatic with Sharif Kalaku. Like, even for the manager Eddie Martini, which some fans literally are like, "Oh, this is absolute utter woke nonsense. Eddie Martini should literally leave already." But seriously, how can you, Vlasnia, literally bottle this so hard when you literally were first in the regular season? You only had to win three these games, just like you did in regular season. But nope, you crumbled. You crumbled so hard, even your own fans are booing you. Like it's the same story over and over. Same bottling genes. You need to remove the bottling. Seriously. What are you doing? You were literally first, and then you allow Ignatian, which I'm gonna talk about them after I finish up with Vlasnia. But seriously, Vlasnia, it's gonna be 26. For how long are your fans are gonna be waiting for the goddamn title? How long are you gonna be waiting? What, 30 more years or so? Like, just cut their misery already and start literally play absolute football. In which Vlasnia, they do know. Shkodra knows very well how to play football because they are literally passionate. But seriously, absolute bottling season by Vlasnia. Like, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Absolutely bottling season. Then we have El Basani, in which they finished with the same amount of points as Ignatia. They went all in, they went neck and neck, but because of the head-to-head goals, like you can see those on the notes in the Wikipedia if we go in, Ignatia had +3 and El Basani had -3. So, yeah. So, El Basani, to be honest, a very great season. Like, to be honest, despite the fact that they were so close to win the title, imagine the scenes in Elbasan, right? In Elbasan, literally winning the title, like ever since 2006, in which the old club did, with Ilir Daya back then, that would be 20 years. But of course, they were very close, very, very close. But it wasn't enough to literally, get them the awaited title. But I know for a fact, if El Basani, they already signed a player in which He was one of the most promising talents in France. He was lastly at FC Eindhoven. Uh, his name is Doli Lukoki. Luloki, sorry, not Lukoki. Luloki. And if he does very well, then he can have the same move just like Ibrahimoglu had with Ignatia. So if Elbasani have a good qualifying rounds of Conference League, and of course, you know, they're gonna play every single game to play for Fatih Bunyakin, which I mentioned in the beginning of the video. But yeah, if they do it very well, if they do a good window, they are definitely going to fight for the title again. And why not? We can see El Bassani lift the Albanian title after 20 plus years. And then in the end, I'm going to talk about Egnatia. Egnatia, in which they've been with the ups and lows and ups and lows. Literally, Tatova literally saying that he's going to leave. He left. Neville Dede essentially came, and literally in those 4 games or 5 games in which he was in charge, he did the whole thing. Like literally, and also Ignatius should thank, Vlasnia's bottlings, in which if Vlasnia didn't bowl it, of course Vlasnia would have won it after 25 years. After 25 years, and they would have already gotten the first star, their first ever star in the badge. But Ignatia, they're going to be again in the Champions League qualifying rounds, and I swear to God, their president said it again. Oh, we're definitely going to be in the groups of Conference League. Don't worry, we're going to be there. Are you sure about that, Demirosi? Are you sure about that? Because you literally said it after you won your second title. Literally, your second title, you said the same thing, but you were too busy making friendlies with Napoli. And then you literally got thrashed almost catastrophically, getting thrashed by an Icelandic team. And I still think to this day that this game was sold. Because it wouldn't surprise me at all by what I've seen that game, and I even stated on my Twitter, which you guys can check on my socials. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm keeping it real. It was absolutely embarrassing what I've saw in that game. Like literally, even Agrada should have done better against Olympia in the third round of Conference League. They should have done better. Olympia weren't that good. But Ignatia, if you screw up, because we are in serious jeopardy in terms of like coefficient rankings and everything like that, we need to have at least a team in the Conference League, the league stages, at least. But if you crumble it again, then you don't deserve to win the title again. You did crazy investments. You need to have a good window as well, so you can literally make your team better, 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 better. But if you screw it up again, you don't deserve the title next season. That's all I have to say. But yeah, and before I end this video, I have to say that seriously, the Final Four needs to change. Like, there's no point of literally having the Final Four again. Like I mentioned, it's literally been the cancer of Albanian football for so long now, and even there were fights during the Final Four matches as well, including Ignatia against Bosnia. And yeah, seriously, the fact that the Kim Jong-un of our federation literally has the audacity to say, "Oh, it's impossible to change the format. It's not in. It's literally against the rules. Blah 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 blah. Yap yap yappa yappa yappa." Bro, just give it up. Just give it up. You have to change it. Plus, you are forced that you are going to change it because the Euro under 21 Euros isn't gonna be next year, and it literally schedules to finish earlier than June. So you are forced to get something, to get a new format, like make it like, I don't know, make it like 12 teams, 14 teams, like literally, so we can have even more teams, like literally have it like, just like other leagues do. Like for example, the teams in which they're fighting for European spots, the teams in which they're fighting for to survive in the Albanian Super League. Like do it like that, but not in kind of form in which, like literally, that's what I've been saying. Like Final Four is literally a cancer to Albanian football, and it needs to be removed immediately, and it should be. It should be removed because, and also, the football has to be clean. That's why there have been even zero fans in the stands because they don't see clean football. They don't see it. It's just teams tolerating games, even match fixing, sort of like that. Although our glorious leader says that, oh, there's no match fixing, oh, but tolerance, there is. Yeah, there is match fixing. Yeah, whether you admit it or not, there is match fixing. And I already just stated what happened last season, in which the Lecce Football Club literally even put those to the address. Literally, after the season ended last season, they literally said it, yep, where are the letters from UEFA? Where are the letters from, organizations in which they see the bettings, like everything like that? They literally put it into a statement. So, like literally, I'm totally for Final Four to be absolutely removed, and it's not only myself, but also everyone within the Albanian football community. They want that shit gone, completely gone, because it doesn't help Albanian football at all, and that's why you, pricks of the federation, you deserve to have zero fans. With your stupidity of Final Four, we're gonna earn a lot. And I even heard someone say, "Oh, we earned like 2 million euros with, the stands." And I'm like, bro, you don't even have Tirana clubs in the Final Four. I mean, if you have Tirana clubs like Partizani Tirana literally fighting for the title, yeah, Air Albania would have been full, completely full. But given the fact that Tirana these past 2 seasons they have been absolutely awful, Partizani they just missed completely on European football. Like seriously, you only have Bosnia, you only have Eknatia, you only have Elbasani, and you only have Dinamo. That doesn't make even a whole Air Albania at all. Like you need to have a clean competition, a completely clean competition with complete zero tolerance, with zero hands, so that teams can literally play pure football. Like literally, just like what happened in the Albanian Cup final. Literally, it was pure football between Dinamo City and Ignatia. 3-2, pure football. Not oh, let's let Flamortari score 3 goals. Let's let Vora score 4 goals. Like shit like that. Absolutely embarrassing. And like I said, our 4 teams, they definitely need to perform in Europe. So we can literally get positions in our rankings, in the coefficients, so that we can have more chances and we can have more benefits. But of course, the league system and format, they need to change ASAP. So yeah, with that note, I will finish up this video for today. Next video will be the World Cup predictions. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out the socials, including Twitch, Twitter, and yeah, let me know about your thoughts in the comments down below. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.